Hey everyone, welcome to my channel ASP.NET Core, and this is the next video tutorial of Web API project and RESTful API project. In this video tutorial, I'm going to discuss about the status code and exception handling. So the first of all, I would like to share something about the status code. Status code is a code which is generated on the web and displays some information to the user. And status code is actually related to the web user and user. Okay, so status code, these are categorized in the format 1XX, I mean to say that 100 message, 101, 102, something like that. And if 100 message, or you can say that in the series of 1, that status code is related to the informational type, and 2 series status code is related to the successful, and 300 for the redirection, and 4 series start from the client error, and the 5 series start from client server error. So these are the status codes, and actually these are related to that information which is given on your video. Okay, so first of all, I would like to share something about the 404 content that is not found and related to the client error, and it's mistakes of the clients. So how to use 404 errors and how to show the 404 errors. So here we have, like, suppose if you want to get ID, just I want to return the ID number. If ID and okay. Suppose that is where category. So this is the ID actually, and first of all check if ID is not equals to 0. ID is not equals to 0. If it is ID is 0, then return not found, or you can say that bad request. Okay, so this is the bad request, and you can say that not found error, because just I want to show only 404 errors. If it is ID is not 0, then you can say that this is the message that is written. And in the not found, you got an error that is cannot implicitly convert type Microsoft.ASP.NET not found result to test web.category. Okay, this is the category and it is related to iAction result. So iAction result. So, and here we also get that type of error. Just I want to return OK message. And here we go. Okay, this is the simple thing you can do. So here we have the get message, and just I want to get the only ID number and run your project again to see the outputs. That is status code is related to 404, because if you pass the ID is 0, then simple message that is not found and status code will be generated. If it is found, then status code is related to 200. If your record is found, suppose your record is found, then this series will be generated. And if it is record is not found and ID is equals to 0, then client error. I mean to say that it's a mistake by the clients. So here we have, and just I want to get by their ID property. So here we have, and try it out. If it is ID parameter is 0, just execute it, and you will notice that here we have 404 error that is undocumented, and error response status is 404, and the title is not found. Okay, so this is the simple thing you can do. If it is pass 1 instead of 0, then you will notice that then you will found anything that is 204. I mean to say that status code is to 200 series, but it is not getting the ID values 1. because that is found, that is not actually found. Content length is 0 and date is this, but not found. Actually id is not found in the database table. Okay, so that is message actually generated on the basis of this content. So here we have id is double equals to 0, that is the bad request. So just pass that bad request, else where category, and this is the category actually, just you want to find it. Okay, and if category is double equals to null, that is 0, or you can say that return the not found, then return not found any content is related to the id. So if id is 1, that is not content, and if it is else, otherwise you can say that this is the simple thing you can do, else return okay with this category. Okay, so here we go to give in the proper message. So you can see that that is the status code is 404, and where you can use bad request is related to id 0. If you can pass wrong id in the parameter, then you can just pass it here, try it out, and just pass the 5 in the id that is not exist actually. So this is the simple output given by the compiler, that is 404 not found. If it is id 0, then execute the similar message, that is not found. But if your id is 2, sorry, that is the 400, error status code is 400, and title is the bad request. Okay, so 0 is actually related to the bad request. If it is past the 1, again you notice that you got a response code that is not found. And if you pass 2, that is the success code, that is 0 series number of 2, that is the 200 status code. So this is the status code actually given by the compiler, and you got these are the status codes. And what is the status code that is related to the series number 5? If you have any problems related to getting like mstb1, just type it and save this, and just I want to run your project, and just I want to get the series number 5 results. Okay, so this is your code, and just I want to get the informations, just want to get id number, right out, and id number is 2, just you have to call. Okay, and okay, that is called the exception. That is a network related or instance specific error while establishing a connection, that is related to the exception. So this is actually a server error, and you can see that this is the server error. Okay, so or you can say that it is not related to the any status code. So just first of all correct it and resolve your problem. So how to resolve the exception handling in ASP.NET Core? So this is the exception handling to that is the exception handling, and this is also a exception handling. So that is the exception handling. Okay, if you want to update any records, just I want to update any records like that is not exist actually. So how to do update it? So this is called the exception handling. So just I want to update like 1, or try it out, and just I want to update, that is the ID number is 1. So just I want to update the record where the ID is 1. So here we have just the category title is related to your tag. Okay, so just click to execute button. Okay, so there is the exception handling, that is category was null. So how to resolve that type of problem in ASP.NET Core API? So first of all, check the ID and also check the category that is returned from the database table. If it is null, then simply pass a simple message that is not found. Okay, so if you pass this types of thing in to handle the exception, so just you can pass if ID is double equals to ID is not equals to 0, ID is not equals to 0, or ID is not equals to null. Okay, so if it is ID is 0, ID is double equals to 0, sorry, ID is double equals to 0 or ID is double equals to null, then you can just pass return bad request. That is related to the number 4 series. Okay, okay, it's just written for IXM result. Okay, and after that you have a category. So just again you have to pass simple message if category is not equals to null. Category is not equals to null, then simply pass these messages. So there we have category is not equals to null, is double equals to null suppose, then return bad request, return not found. So this is the exception handling in ASP.NET Core Web API or REST API. After that, if it is not null, then return update message. So just check it again. Oops, giving an error in the update. That is return anything, because here we have the action result. So if it is updated, then return OK. Return OK message. And here we have the code where you can just update your message. So just I want to update that categories, so just use put, try it out. First of all, check with the ID number 3, and just I want to update the ID parameter that is actually exist. So just I want to turn that 1. Okay, so there is not exist, so in the tag execute it, and here we go, you just find a message 404 that is not found. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this video, and keep watching all other videos which is related to ASP.NET Core REST.